Today our topic is merge sort. Merge sort is one of the most efficient sorting algorithm. It works on the principle of divide and conquer. Merge sort repeatedly breaks down a list into several sublists until each sublist consists of a single element. And because a single element is always sorted in itself, then merging those sublists in a manner that results into a sorted list. Merge sort follows divide and conquer approach. The concept of divide and conquer involves three steps. First is divide. Divide the problem into multiple small problems. So there is one single problem, divide this problem into multiple sub-problems. Then conquer the sub-problems by solving them. The idea is to break down the problem into atomic sub-problems where they are actually solved. So conquer. Solution to sub-problem. Then combine. Combine the solution of the sub-problem to find the solution of the actual problem. So finally, by combining them, we get the solution. Merge sort is an example of divide and conquer approach. In merge sort, the unsorted list is divided into n sublists, each having one element. First, there is a list having n elements, and I divide that list into single element, that is one element. So n sublist will produce, and each list consists of one element. Because a list of one element is considered as sorted list. Because there is one element, so it is automatically sorted. Then it repeatedly merges this sublist to produce new sorted sublist. And at last, one sorted list is produced. This procedure is called merging. So what is merging? For this, the elements from both the sorted list are compared. The smaller of the both the elements is then stored in the third array. Again, you have to compare. In this way, you have to merge and get the sorted list in the third array. The sorting is complete when all the elements from both the lists are placed in the third list and we get the sorted list in the third array. So I will take an example, then it will be more clear for you. Take one example. This is our array of n elements. This is unsorted. First, what you have to do? Divide the unsorted list into n sublists. If there are n elements, then you have to make n sublist, each comprising one element. In each sublist, there is one element. Because when there is one element, we consider that that array is sorted array. Because there is one element, so first divide it. Next, repeatedly merge sublist to produce newly sorted sublist until there is only one sublist remaining. This will be the sorted list. Now you have to merge. So first merge 11 and 9. It will produce 9, 11 after sorting. Then merge 2 and 57. It will produce 257. Then 13, 17. It will produce 13, 17. It is 1, 3 and it is 25, 90. Now merge these two lists, and after merging we get the sorted list. So it is 2, 9, 11, 57 and merging these two lists we get this. Now merge these two lists. So after merging we get this list and this list is still there. And after that when we merge these two lists and we get the sorted list. In this way merge sort will work. Now see how merging works. When we merge two sorted lists, then how it will work, how we can merge. First, compare current elements of both the arrays. So, there are two arrays, they are sorted itself. See, it is sorted and it is sorted. And first, compare current elements of both arrays. So, this is the first element and this is the first element. Then which one is smaller? Copy smaller element into sorted array. So which one is smaller? 1 is smaller. So copy smaller element into the sorted array. Finally, we get the sorted list here. So copy smaller element. Move pointer of element containing smaller elements. So which one is smaller? 1 is smaller. So you have to move this pointer. After copying, you have to move this pointer. Now compare 2 with 3. Which one is smaller? 2 is smaller. So copy 2 here and move this pointer. Because I am copying from the first array, so I have to move this pointer. Now compare 9 with 3. Which one is smaller? 3 is smaller. So copy 3 and move. From second array we have to copy, so we have to move this pointer. Then compare 9 with 17 because 9 is smaller, so move this pointer, first pointer. Then compare 11 with 70 because 11 is smaller, so copy 11, move first pointer. Then compare 13 with 17 because 13 is smaller, so move this pointer, copy 13 and move this pointer. Now compare 17 with 57 because 17 is smaller, so move the second pointer. Now compare 25 with 57 because 25 is smaller, so copy 25, move this pointer. Now compare 57 with 90 because 57 is smaller, so copy 57 and we are reached at the end of this array. Now you have to compare all the remaining element of this array. Only remaining element is 90, so copy 90. And in this way you can merge two sorted lists to produce a newly sorted merged list. Now see the explanation. Now see how merging works. See, there are two arrays. Actually, they are the part of the same array A. See, I am writing one function merge. I am passing the array A. These are the two different parts of the same array A. Now I am passing four variables, lower one, upper one, lower two, upper two. All are integer variables. So what is lower one? Lower one is the starting index of the first array and upper one is the ending index of the first array. Lower 2 is the starting index of the second array and upper 2 is the ending index of the second array. Now see, each array are individually sorted. Now what you have to do by the function merge? By the function merge, you have to sort these values and get the resultant sorted array. So this is our resultant sorted array. I declare another variable int d30. It is an array. D, array name is D. So of 30 elements. So this is the resultant array. And in this array, I stored, after merging, I stored the sorted array in this array. Now P equals to lower 1 and Q equals to lower 2. P means what? P means it points to the starting index of the first array and Q points the starting index of the second array. So P is lower 1 and Q is lower 2. I am declaring another variable n. N is also an integer variable and I initialize n as 0. Okay. Now see what you have to do. I start one while loop. While p less than equals to upper 1 and q less than equals to upper 2. Means till the value of p less than upper 1 means till the value of p is less than upper 1 means till the end of this array, and till the value of q less than equals to upper 2, then when both condition are satisfied, then what you have to do? Dn plus plus equals to is ap less than aq question mark ap plus plus colon aq plus plus. See, here I am using ternary operator. You can also write this code in this way. If ap less than aq, then dn equals to ap. You have to increase n, increase p. Otherwise, dn equals to aq, increase n, increase q. Both coding are correct. Either you can use ternary operator and write in this way, and in place of this line, you can also write this code. Now see, what is this coding? How this coding works? See, is AP less than AQ? AP means what? AP means 1. AQ means what? 2. Is AP less than AQ? Yes, 1 less than 2. Then DN equals to AP. DN means n is what? N is 0. So we initialize n at 0. So dn means first time it is d0. So in place of d0 you have to write ap if ap less than aq. So you have to write ap in place of d0. So ap is 1. So in place of D0, you are writing 1. Okay, AP. Then you have to increase P and increase N also. Increase P means this P plus plus and increase N means this N plus plus. So P comes here and N plus plus means N comes here. So what is the value of N now? N is 1 now. Again repeat the same procedure. Okay. Now see, is AP less than AQ? AP is what? AP is 9. And what is AQ? AQ is 2. Is AP less than AQ? No. AQ is less. Then DN equals to AQ. After colon, this condition will satisfy it. So DN equals to AQ. So DN equals to AQ. AQ means 2 is here. DN equals to AQ. Now what you have to do? Q plus plus and N plus plus. So Q comes here. Next, because we copy from this array, so Q comes here. Also N comes here. N becomes 2 and also Q will point to the next place. Now what you have to do? Again you have to check whether AP less than AQ. AP is 9, AQ is 10. So AP less than AQ. Then DN equals to AP. So DN equals to AP means here it is 9. Now P plus plus and N plus plus. P plus plus means P point to the next location and N plus plus means N is now 3. Again do the same procedure. AP less than AQ. Now AP is 11, AQ is 10. AP less than AQ. No. Then DN equals to AQ. So DN is now what? It is 10 and Q plus plus N plus plus. So Q is now next location and N is now 4. Again we are doing the same thing. Is AP less than AQ? AP is what? AP is 11. AQ is what? 13. 11 less than 13. Yes. So DN equals to AP. So DN equals to AP. So 11 comes here. Now because we are copying from the first array, so we have to increase P here. And we are also have to increase what? This N. So N points to the next location. N is now 5. Now again repeat the same procedure. Is AP less than AQ? Is AP less than AQ? Yes, P less than AP less than AQ. So again you have to copy from the first array. Okay. Now what you have to do? P plus plus and N plus plus. So N becomes 6. And what is the value of P? P is now greater than upper one. So P is now what is upper one? Upper one is here. So P is now greater than upper one. Now what you have to do? Check this condition. While P less than equals to upper one and Q less than equal to upper two, then you can do only this work. Means then you can execute this line. But in this case, because P is greater than upper one, so this while loop false. So come to the next line of this while loop. Come here. Now see, for these two while loop, if P reach to upper one, then you have to copy all the remaining element from the second array because these two array are sorted by itself. And if Q reach to upper 2, you have to copy all the remaining element from the first array. So actually what you have to do, if any one of the array, if we are reaching at the end of any one of the array, then we have to copy all the remaining element from the another array. That is the logic. So in our case, see, because here first condition, see, while P less than equals to upper 1. So is P less than equals to upper 1? No, P is greater than upper 1. See, P is greater than upper 1. So is P less than upper 1? No. So this while loop, this condition is false. So come to this while loop. While Q less than equals to upper 2. Now what is the value of Q? Q is here. And it is less than upper 2. Yes, it is less than upper 2. So what you have to do? Just copy all the elements from A array to from the second array to D. So copy all the elements. So copy all the elements and increase Q, increase N. See here dn equals to aq, then increase q and increase n. So first copy 13, okay, increase q, increase n. Next copy 20, increase q, increase n. Next copy 31, increase q, increase n. N is 9 now. Now again q less than equals to upper 2, yes, q less than upper 2. So copy 41, increase q, increase n. So n is 10 now. Is q less than equals to upper 2? Not less than but equals to. So again copy 50, increase q. Now see q greater than upper 2, increase n. N is now 11. So is this condition satisfied while q less than equals to upper 2? No, this condition is not satisfied because q is greater than upper 2 now. See, q is greater than upper 2 now. When q is greater than upper 2, see q greater than upper 2. When q is greater than upper 2, then this condition is not satisfied. Now you have to come to the next line. See, what you have to do, you have to copy all the elements from D array again to the A array in the merge and sorted form. So you have to copy all these elements from D0 to A0, D1 to A1, D2 to A2 in this way. You have to copy all the elements from D array to A array. So total number of elements, how many number of elements are there? Total number of elements are first array total number of elements plus second array total number of elements. So it is 4 and it is 7, total 11 number of elements. So if I execute one for loop from lower one to upper one, how many times this loop will execute? It is 4 times because there are 4 number of elements. And if I want to execute another for loop from lower 2 to upper 2, how many times this loop will execute? 7 times because there are 7 number of elements. What is our target? Our target is to copy all the elements from D array to A array. So first for loop will execute 4 times. So lower one to upper one I plus plus. So I equals to lower one I less than upper one I plus plus. So this loop will execute 4 times and I initialize n as 0 and I increase n each time. So first time what is the value of n? First time value of n is equals to 0. Second time it is 1. Third time it is 2. And fourth time it is 3. And finally when I greater than upper 1, what is the value of n then? Then n equals to 4. Then this for loop false. So first time n is the index of this array and this is D array. So first time copy D0 to A0, then D1 to A1, D2 to A2 and D3 to A3. Now then this loop will execute 4 times, 4 values are copied and finally what is the value of n now? N plus plus and this loop false. So last value of n is 4. So we start inserting from the fourth element. So in the second case, it is lower 2 to upper 2. So this loop will execute how many times? It is 7 times. And I start from the value n. What is the value of n? N is 4. So what is the value of j? J is also 4. So I start from j to 7 times, means from 4 to 7 times it will execute. So it will copy 7 elements. So copy 11, then 12, then 13, then 20, then 31, 41 and 50. I repeat, this loop will execute 7 times because I start from the value 4 because value of n is 4. So from the value j is 4, from 4 to this will execute 7 times. So from 4 to it will copy 7 elements from 4 index. So we get this array. So finally we get merged and sorted array in the A array. This is the purpose of merge function. Now the main function merge sort. Here I want to sort an unsorted array by merge sort. So first I giving this unsorted array, I want to sort it. So this is our array A, it is unsorted, I have to sort it and I have to pass what? Function name is merge sort. I have to pass the unsorted array A, the lower value that is the starting index and the upper value that is the ending index. Now in this function there is another variable mid. So what is mid? Mid is an integer variable that calculates the middle position of the array. Now if upper greater than lower, what is upper? It is 5. What is lower? It is 0. So yes, upper greater than lower. Then mid equals to lower plus upper by 2. Calculate the mid. So lower is 0, upper is 5, so mid is 2. Now what you have to do, call the function merge sort. You have to divide this array into two parts and call the function merge sort for the first part of the array. Again call the function merge sort for the second part of the array. From mid, you have to divide this array into two parts and call the function merge sort for the first part of the array and call the function merge sort for the second part of the array. So for first part, call the function merge sort by passing the array lower value and mid. So A 0 2. So what is lower value? It is 0. What is upper value? It is 2. And for the second part, again call merge sort by passing the value the array mid plus 1, mid plus 1 means 3, it is the lower value here, and what is upper value? Upper value is still 5. So call the function merge sort again by passing the value a02 for the first part and call the function merge sort again by passing the value a35 for the second part. Now what you have to do, think for the first part of the array. When we call merge sort a lower mid, then what is the value of lower? It is 0. What is the value of upper? It is 2. Lower is 0, upper is 2. If upper greater than lower, yes, upper is 2, lower is 0, then calculate mid. Mid equals to lower plus upper by 2. So what is mid? Lower is 0, upper is 2, mid is 1. So again call merge sort for the first part of the array and also for the second part of the array. From the mid, you have to divide this array into two parts and call merge sort for the first part of the array and also for the second part of the array. So again call merge sort for the first part of the array. So A is the array name, lower means 0 and mid is upper, A01, and for second part it is A mid plus 1 upper. So it is A means array, mid plus 1, mid is 1, so mid plus 1 is 2 and upper is also 2. So call the function merge sort for the first part of the array, also for the second part of the array. For the first part, means for this line merge sort a lower mid, lower is 0, upper is 1. For the first part again you have to call merge sort. Okay, is upper greater than lower? Yes, upper is 1, lower is 0. When upper greater than lower, then you have to calculate mid. So what is mid? Lower is 0, upper is 1, mid is 0. Again you have to call merge sort for the first part of the array and also for the second part of the array. So for the first part it is a lower mid, that is a lower is 0, mid is 0, and for the second part it is a mid plus 1 upper. A is the array name, mid plus 1 means it is 0 plus 1, that is 1, also upper is 1. Now again you have to call merge sort for the first part of the array, also for the second part of the array. But when we call merge sort for the first part of the array, what is the value of lower? It is 0. What is the value of upper? It is also 0. So for this condition, upper greater than lower is false. So this line will not work. And for this array, 1 and 1, lower is 1, upper is also 1. So if upper greater than lower, condition false. So this line will not work. And for this part, a 2 2, upper is 2, lower is also 2. So if upper greater than lower, this condition false. So this line will not work. So we are able to divide this array in single part by one single element. Now in my hand I have three single elements of array A00, A11 and A22. From this we start merging, because see, Here I call merge, the function merge. So from this I start merging. See, I already explained how merge function works. So from this single element I start merging. So I have three single elements of array A00, A11 and A22. So you already explained what is merge sort, how merge sort works. So I want to join these two array. So what is lower one? It is 0. What is upper one? It is 0. What is lower 2? It is 1. What is upper 2? It is 1. So after joining, I get this array, this merged sorted array. So A lower 1 is 0, upper 1 is 0, lower 2 is 1, upper 2 is 1. Now see, for this two loop, this loop will execute how many times? From lower 1 to upper 1. So lower 1 to upper 1 means there is single element. So this loop will execute one times. Also from lower 2 to upper 2, there is also single element. So this loop will execute one time. So I join this. And after executing these two loop, I get this array of two elements. Okay. Now I have to join with this part also. So what you have to do? Again call the function merge. Okay. By passing the value lower 1 means what? Lower 1 means 0. Upper 1, here upper 1 is 1. Lower 2 is 2. Upper 2 is 2. So I repeat, lower 1 is 0, upper 1 is 1. Lower 2 is 2, upper 2 is 2. Now see, for this loop how many times this loop will execute? From lower 1 to upper 1. So there are two elements. So first loop will execute two times, but second loop from lower 2 to upper 2 there is single element. So this loop will execute one time. Total three items are there. So in this way I merge and sort this array and I get the left portion sorted. And now for the right portion of this array. So we already discussed how merge sort function works for the left part of the array. First we divide the array into two parts. Get the left part, divide it again, divide it again. In this way we get the single part and then merge it again and get the sorted merged left part of the array. Now it's time to do the right part. So what is the right part? Right part is A is the array name, lower is here mid plus 1 that is 3 and upper is 5. And for the second part again you have to call merge sort function. A is the array name, lower is 3, upper is 5. If upper greater than lower, is 5 greater than 3? Yes. So you have to calculate the mid. So lower is 3, upper is 5, mid is 4. So call the function merge sort for the first part, that is A lower mid. So A lower is 3, mid is 4 and A mid plus 1 upper. So A mid plus 1 means 5 and upper is also 5. Now what you have to do, again call merge sort for the first part, again call merge sort for the second part. For the first part, lower is 3, upper is 4. So is upper greater than lower, is 4 greater than 3? Yes, then calculate the mid. So lower is 3, upper is 4, so mid is also 3. So call the function merge sort by passing A lower mid and A mid plus 1 upper. So we get two part. A lower mid, A lower is 3, upper is mid is 3. So A 3 3 and second part is A mid plus 1 upper. So second part is A mid plus 1 means 4 and upper is also 4. Now see, again you have to call the function merge sort for the first part of the array. But in this case, because single elements lower and upper are same, so value of lower and upper are same, so this if condition false. For this array also, for the second part also, this if condition false because single element upper equals to lower. And for this part also, this condition false because single element upper equals to lower. So in this way, we divide this right portion into a single element. Now what you have to do? You have to merge this. So we get three single parts and we have to merge this and get the sorted merged output for the right part also. So we have these three parts from the right hand side. Now we have to merge this. We already discussed how merge function works. Now first we have to merge these two array. So what is lower one? Lower one is 3. What is upper one? Upper one is 3. What is lower 2? Lower 2 is 4. What is upper 2? Upper 2 is 4. So after merging we get this array, sorted array. So this loop will work how many times? There are single elements. So lower one to upper one only one time. And this loop will work, there is a single element from lower 2 to upper 2 single element, so this loop will works only one time. Now we get this output. Okay, now you have to merge with this portion also, this part also. So what is with this part? Left part with right part. Left part is this, right part is this. So what is lower one now? Lower one is 3. What is upper one now? Upper one is 4. What is lower 2 now? It is 5. What is upper 2 now? It is 5. So lower one is 3, upper one is 4, lower 2 is 5, upper 2 is 5. So when we merge this, we get this merge sorted output for the right portion. So this loop will work from lower one to upper one. There are two items. So this loop will work two times. But this loop will work how many times? There is a single element. So this loop will work one time. And we get the sorted output. So in my hand, there are two parts, sorted left part and sorted right part. Finally, what you have to do? Finally, we have to join this part to get the sorted array, full sorted array. So in my hand, we already discussed how we get the sorted left part and also sorted right part. We already discussed how we get the sorted left part and this is sorted right part. Now you have to join this. So what is lower one now? It is 0. What is upper one now? It is 2. What is lower 2 now? It is 3. What is upper 2 now? It is 5. So lower one is 0. Upper one is 2, lower 2 is 3, upper 2 is 5. So we get the sorted output. We get the sorted merged output. We get the sorted array using merge sort. Now think how many times this loop will execute from lower one to upper one. There are three elements. So this loop will execute 3 times. And for this loop also from lower 2 to upper 2, this loop will execute how many times? This loop will also execute 3 times because 3 elements are there. So finally in this way merge sort function works. Now see the programming for merge sort. So this is the programming. These are two prototypes. One is function merge sort, another is function merge. There are two functions. So prototypes are there and the body of these functions are written after main. This is merge sort function and this is merge function. Body is written after main. So now see the main. Here I initialize lower variable as 0. It is an integer variable and our array is declared here. It is also an integer array of 30 elements. Now take how many number of elements are there in this array, that is n from the user, and take the elements from the user by executing this for loop for I equals to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. By executing this for loop, take the elements of the array. Now initialize upper. Because there are n number of elements and because we are start counting from 0, so upper value is n minus 1. Now you have to call merge sort function. Call merge sort function by passing the array A, lower is 0, I initialize lower as 0 and upper is n minus 1. Now after sorting again by executing the for loop, you have to print the array. Now when you call merge sort function, the body of merge sort function is written here. Here the parameters are array, lower value and upper value. We are passing lower value and upper value from main. And this is the body we already discussed. And this is the body for merge function. From merge sort function, we call the function merge. See, from merge sort function we call the function merge, and body of merge function is written here. So first run the program. Supply the number of elements, say 5. Supply the first element 44, 11, 33, 22 and 77. See, I get the sorted output. Now I am showing the whole program. Pause this video, try to practice this program by your own. This is prototype declaration and main function. Call merge sort function from here. Now this is the merge sort function. From this function you have to call merge function. And this is the merge function. Now we will learn complexity analysis for merge sort. See the explanation. So, analysis for merge sort. In every step of merge sort, we are splitting the array into two halves of equal size. So, we split the original array into two arrays of size n by 2 each. Each circle represents a call to the merge sort function. The number written in the circle indicates the size of the array that is being sorted. This number n by 2, this. The top blue circle is the original call to merge sort, where we get to sort an array of size n. The arrows, these arrows, indicates recursive calls made between functions. Original call to merge sort makes two calls to merge sort, two calls on two arrays, each of size n by 2. This is indicated by the two arrows, these two arrows at the top. In turn, each of these calls make two calls of its own to merge sort two arrays of size n by 4 each, and so forth until we arrive at arrays of size 1. Notice that each row in the above diagram, the total number of element is n. Here n, it is 2 into n by 2, it is 4 into n by 4, in this way. The first row contains only one call to merge sort with an array of size n. This first row, it is size n. So the total number of element is n. The second row has two calls to merge sort, each of size n by 2. Two calls to merge sort, each of size n by 2, n by 2, n by 2. But n by 2 plus n by 2 equals to n, and so again in this row the total number of element is n. In the third row, we have 4 calls, each of which is applied on an n by 4 size. See, third row, 4 into n by 4. Yielding a total number of elements equals to n by 4 plus n by 4 plus n by 4 plus n by 4, that is n. So again we get n elements. So there are approximately n comparisons in the first iteration. After that, array is partitioned into two parts, each of equal size of n by 2. After repeating the process for m times, there will be n subarrays of size 1. So if I take n equals to 2 to the power m, then total number of comparisons will be n plus 2 into n by 2, 4 into n by 4. In this way, 2 to the power m into n by 2 to the power m. So it is, the result is n into m. What is m? M equals to log 2 base n. So n into log 2 base m. n into log 2 base n. Hence, the total number of comparisons equal to order of n into log 2 base n. So, the complexity of merge sort is order of n into log 2 base n. In all three cases, worst case, average case and best case. At merge sort always divides the array into two halves and takes linear time to merge two halves. So always divide the array into two halves and takes linear time to merge two halves. So always worst case, best case or average case complexity is order of n log 2 base n. So in a nutshell, we can say that there are approximately n comparison in the first iterations. After that, the array is partitioned into two parts, each of equal size of n by 2. After repeating the process for m times, there will be n subarrays each of size 1. Let n equals to 2 to the power m. So the total number of comparisons will be n plus 2 into n by 2 plus 4 into n by 4. In this way, 2 to the power m into n by 2 to the power m, that is n into m. What is m? M equals to log 2 base n. So hence, the total number of comparison approximately equals to order of n log 2 base n. And for all the cases, worst case, best case and average case, time complexity is always order of n into log 2 base n. But there is one drawback for merge sort. What is that drawback? The main drawback of merge sort is that it requires an auxiliary array of n elements. So, space complexity is order of n. So, this is your programming assignment. Write a C program to sort elements using merge sort. Pause this video, try to execute this program by your own and feel free to ask any question if you are facing any problem. This is your theory assignment. Try to solve this problem by your own and feel free to ask any question. Pause this video, try to solve this problem. Pause this video, try to solve this problem. So these are your homework. Try to answer this question in comment section. I am waiting for your reply. Pause this video, try to answer this question in comment section. I am waiting for your reply. For getting more and more updates, please like, share and subscribe my channel. That's all for today. Thank you.